Hey friends, I thought it would be cool to do a what I eat in a day. It's 6 o'clock, so let's see how this goes. All right, so I usually start off the day with like a big thing of water. Sometimes I have time the day before to infuse it with like lemon or mint or anything, honestly, but I didn't do that, and plain cup of water is fine with me. So like usually I sit in my living room, drink that, or my room, or on the toilet, honestly, anywhere, answer emails, send emails, usually send texts and stuff. I got a lot of friends that'll get a text from me before 6 a.m. I'm not sorry. I also hang out with my kitty boys. They're nosy. They might be just walking through. They might even walk on the stove during this thing. They're just little daredevils, but I love them. So once I'm all done with my water, I fill it back up, and then I head over to my little tea station and pick out some morning tea. Usually in the morning, I like to drink green tea. I've been on this positive energy tea kick. I don't know. It was on sale at Lucky's, but it tastes really nice, and it does do its job. So after I'm done with my tea, at least putting in my tea, because I like it to steep longer than it's in the microwave, just for a while. I start to make my breakfast. Usually my breakfast is something water dense, some kind of smoothie situation, just to keep digestion all Gucci and whatnot. So in this one, I put about almost a container worth of frozen strawberries, half a can of crushed pineapple, and one banana. Only one banana because that's all I had left, so. Alright, so now I'm about to make my lunch, and I usually take any bread I have, which is either pita, some kind of like spinach wrap, but here I have some garlic naan, so that'll do. And I'm using that and some diced tomatoes and chilies, kind of almost like a salsa like situation, but I was too lazy to do some prep. Some artichoke hearts, I love artichokes, and some black bean hummus. That stuff is amazing. I would suggest 10 out of 10 would get that. And a leftover avocado from yesterday's food. So I'm going to saute the artichoke hearts and the tomatoes in avocado oil. Avocado oil has like lots of great fats and whatnot in it. So you can either use that or water. Either one works. So I'm going to show a little bit of the prep. There's not too much prep for this, just basically cutting up the artichoke hearts into like really small pieces. The tomatoes are already cut up, but you can also use fresh tomatoes, which also taste pretty amazing. And some fresh chilies, and cut those up and saute those in the pan. It'll take about the same amount of time, which ends up being basically like 5 minutes max. Since this stuff is already cooked, you're just trying to heat it up basically in the pan. So once I do that, I just put the hummus on the naan bread and add the topping of artichoke hearts and tomato mixture, and just like slice up some avocado on that. And I can either eat it like an open-faced kind of pizza sandwich, or I just fold it over because I like sandwiches. Alright, so my tea is steeped long enough, and I take that and I always add some honey to it. Usually I get some honey at the farmer's market just to support local businesses and whatnot, but I ran out of that and I had some good old dusty trusty Aldi honey in there. I do the same things I do when I drink my water when I drink my tea in the morning. So I popped my lunch pita, well, it's a naan bread, in the oven just to get it all like crispy, almost like a flatbread, some kind of panini. Then I add the avocado and eventually cut it and fold it over like a sandwich. I have this for lunch, and then I also ended up packing, I think, 2 peaches and a big bag of grapes. Hey y'all, okay, just got back from class. It's like 3 o'clock. What time is it? Like 3:15, and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna put together some kind of like juice, watermelon juice situation that one of my friends told me about. So this was actually my second time only making this watermelon juice. The first time I made it, I just used water, watermelon, and some ginger. That was good, but I was like, damn, I have a lot of strawberries. So just put some of those in and then just filled the rest of the blender to the top with watermelon and just watermelon juice. And then, of course, water, blended that until it was like a thin juice, not really as thick as a smoothie. And I ended up having a lot, which was great. So I got like my own personal cup going on, and then I just put the rest in mason jars and put it in the fridge. I'm not sure how long this like juice lasts in the fridge, because I ended up drinking it later that day and then some the next morning. But if you know how long it lasts, just let me know so I know if I can make this watermelon juice kind of like further in advance. But you know, nothing beats good fresh blended juice. Next up is what I had for dinner, which is just like a homemade pasta sauce and some gnocchi. The gnocchi was pre-made, bought it from this like Italian market in the city market in Kansas City. And then I made this pasta sauce. Didn't show too much of the baking process or the prep because I'll be making a separate video about that. But just so you know, it's tomatoes, onions, carrots, garlic, all that fun stuff. So I didn't end up doing anything terribly fancy with the gnocchi. This isn't homemade, it's packaged. The last time I tried to make some homemade gnocchi, it just was not, Anywho, so yeah, I just popped one of my vegan bouillon cubes into the water and some pepper, and then just boil it according to the instructions on the package, and then just pair it with the pasta sauce that I made earlier. And I only ended up eating about half of this, which was good for my friend's house that I made it at, because despite the fact that I was only boiling gnocchi, I made a mess, and I'm terribly sorry. Thank you, Ali. So yeah, this is what I eat in a day, and hopefully I can make more of these. Sorry it took me so long, but wow, this editing jazz is something else.